It's Week 9 of the NFL. All eyes are on Cooper Kupp, closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Rams and the Lions on Monday Night Prime Time.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night between the Los Angeles Rams and the Detroit Lions. Brandon Garden joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Lions in this matchup. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power rankings, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
This fielded right at the goal line.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior, whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and he's doing everything in his power to follow through.
They go play action with Lawrence.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
Well, that's one way to convert a 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
And that's how you pick up the 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
The Lions at 7-1 now on the year. And they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And as much as we hate to play this game, you know I'm going to do it anyway. Extrapolate that over a full season. What does that come out to, partner? 14-2. And anyone in the NFL, they'd sign up for that record, that's for sure.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
It's a pickup of 6. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Open on the left side, this is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Lawrence on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Trevor Lawrence scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Lions will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year of the NFL now.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And some space here. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they were fantastic a week ago in a win over Houston.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, LA!
Cooper Kupp,
His 14th touchdown now on the year.
and the Rams are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Heck, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, it's gutsy to go for it in the red zone. The problem there is they were in their own red zone. Why in the world did they do that?
They must have thought they had the exact play call that they needed to go a big way. And I'm still not even buying that. I'm reaching.
You're searching.
Actually reaching. But I do know this. On the other side of the field, that coaching staff is screaming at their defense. If you don't handle this one right here, this is a great opportunity for us. Take it away, guys. And they did.
And now excellent field position. They're going to look to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Jason Kabinda,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Lawrence. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On play action, Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And Walker has it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for the offense.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think
touchdown, LA! Cooper Kupp with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And Detroit getting set to go now. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Lawrence. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
That's good for our Lions.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
First down now, but the clock continues to move.
That's good for our Lions. First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Right side to Williams. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's not to
a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
They certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's DJ Chark who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you to halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. And And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And we're going to look at Cooper Kupp as the Rams offense gets ready to take over possession.
Where he stands right now, as you see, already over 1,000. You have to think 2,000 is a real possibility. Long way to go in the season, but what he's done so far, spectacular.
It is, and you know what he's also hoping for? He's going to play a lot of man coverage from here on out, because one of the best ways to slow down production is to go to zone and double, triple team, put a number of people in the area that you expect him to run into. But man-to-man, every receiver believes he's going to win that battle. And you know what they all do? They all keep kind of a book, you know, on what the defenders do, what their moves are, their best things. And he wants to be able to refer to that book and beat one guy at a time.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. He's got Higbee complete right side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. On play action, they'll throw. Steps away. They'll get this one to Kupp, complete.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. Open man, Higbee, the tight end.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On third down, they're going to run for it here.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 58 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Daniel Hunter gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Here comes the Rams punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
They go play action with Lawrence. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long, and they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime makes had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
7 yards there and a first down. Get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They run again with Walker. There's the stiff arm, and he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Here's Lawrence. This one goes underneath to Walker.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 22-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
Like the design that we're seeing right there, this is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now to the ground, here's Walker.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Rolling to his left. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And he's got it. Touchdown.
Ken Walker.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are in extra from tying this game here in the final minutes. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And partner, we got a tie game here in the fourth. Teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here comes the Rams punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. A solid 12-yard return after the 55-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot. Yeah. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground. Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Lawrence. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Aiden Hutchinson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight.
This has to count as a great team effort today. This man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here comes the Rams punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded at the 20. And he'll be out right at the 35. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This will be from 53 for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Lions are going to win this game.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half of the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Detroit, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town.